Alright, so Schmirko's got himself a brand new trailer. This time for the real-life movie Synchro Path, because there will be some big wrath in Synchro Path. Schmirko. No refunds. Anyway, this is apparently the real name thing from Real Life Cooperation. I think that's what Schmirko said. I could be wrong. It was kind of on Facebook and I didn't check for a bit. But yeah. But if that was the case, I guess it was just because cooperation, well, I kept calling it corporation, even though that's not wrong. Plus, the secret real-life cooperation is kind of a mouthful, while synchropath is much easier to say, but call it whatever you want. But point is, yeah, we got this brand new trailer, and I'm going to be doing a bit of a breakdown thing with it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, go! The Link War is history.
Ein Ereignis, das sogar offenbar über Ewigkeiten vorhergesehen wurde. Seit jenem Tag, als der Schattenlord verschwand, spielten die Karten zunehmend verrückt. Dieser Quasaduellant.
I wonder who it could be. Yeah, we didn't know. Very suspicious this year. The Battle of the Gods continues.
War er früher auch ein Schattenduellant?
No.
Synchro-Idee, verhebe dich. Stardust Dragon. Dies ist das Duell meines Lebens.
Zeit, die wahren Kräfte dieses Jungen zu entfesseln. Es geht um die mächtigsten Bestien der Welt. Womöglich sogar des Universums.
Well, was a former Archetyper legendary. Schmirko versus Gary.
Lass es uns durchziehen.
In cooperation with Yu-Gi-Oh! Hungry 7. Like and subscribe. And with all that hype, I'll let the pro YouTube thing slide, you know? Okay, I was gonna do more of a pod, but I got so freaking into the hype, you know? I just couldn't say stop, you know? It's like the backup potatoes. I'll just have one. You never just have one. It's not possible. And if you do somehow have one, you want another. But yeah, okay. The Link War is ancient history. Which, to be fair, is true considering that came out a freaking few years ago. But yeah, apparently it's an event that was foreseen for eternity. Like, this was always destined to be, or something along those lines, you know? Which, you know, nothing new to fiction, all that jazz. We predicted throughout the centuries this would happen. It totally didn't just come out in 2018. Wait a minute, I just saw something. Well, of course, you got the major scene here of Fall of the Doodle summoning all their monsters, but you also got stuff here with the Pyro Phoenix, the Goki, the Three Ways, the Time Lord, and then all the monsters I think are like right here all at once. So that's some good side stuff there, as well as some, techno jargon stuff. Zoli gets challenged by Shadow. Zoli gets challenged by Shadow. Zoli wins. Shadow then calls a Shadow Duelist to support him. And they got a bunch of names here. It's not just techno babble. There are words written out here. And now, granted, some of this could just be jargon, but you know, I think it's at some point it's okay if the friggin' words don't make any sense, right? We all let that one slide. I mean, it's cool if it's there, but if it's not the end of the world. Also, this is Zessa network interface. And I'm thinking too hard about... I swear, with some of Schmirko's products, I just look at everything, it's like, is that a hint? Is that a hint? Is that a hint? It's like the freaking dual computer 2037. It's like, is that a hint to Schmirko's real year of birth or something like that? Or it's just a bunch of random numbers, you know? But yeah. It was a prophecy the Link War would happen, and it's already come and gone. So this easily takes place after the Link War, and that's obvious. But there's still some mysteries left unsolved. Like, who was that mysterious that person with the Quasar Dragon? And obviously this takes place after Schmirko versus Shadow Lord as well. Logically. And cards are apparently going crazy, I guess, with the live systems and stuff like that. I mean, this is where the movie series went primarily green screen, which isn't a problem overall if it makes things easier to do. I know you can't have fields forever at some point, you know, it is easier to film in a room. I don't have any hate against it. Plus, they make the fields look good, the CGI look good, which is what matters at the end of the day. Does it look kind of copy-paste at times? Sure, but whatever makes the product come out easier and quicker. Yeah. But now we're going through time and space. 4 dimensions. Hey, as we just saw in the Hungry 7, what was it called? I just forgot. Phantom Invasion 2. It's not that hard to make a phone call through dimensions, so why would time and space be that hard? But yeah, we're gonna travel through time and space to find the Quasar glitch, because I imagine Smirkov, like, I imagine when he's looking up here, he's looking through all the cards like that, and since he mentions the cards are going crazy, and the Shadow Lord did infect the God cards as we saw at the end of that movie, he's like, wait a minute, I noticed some weird reading from this Quasar card, because it's not really said in Link Wars which version of Gary we're getting. It's either from the original timeline, the reboot, or whatever the frig Phantom Invasion is, which I just kind of is its own separate timeline to keep things easy. But even if it's the Heritage timeline, we'll just say, I mean, I could believe Quasar has some remnants of the, you know, the old timeline, just because, you don't. Yes, the timeline was rebooted and all that stuff at the end, but I like to imagine there's still like that small fragment that's like, a piece of the world still exists. That's just how I choose to look at it. But if this is original Heritage, original Hungry 7, Gary, then yeah, Quasar just straight up an Archetype legendary. No cap. And it probably would cause heads to turn, like this in fact. And now, everyone when they saw Gary's review, saw it coming a mile away, but we're still surprised to see it, you know? Also, this is a cool shot of Smirko coming through the portal.
Sehr fertig.
I say. Yeah, good work on that shot. Nani? Michado! Also, they're probably going to be speaking German in this one, I imagine, primarily, because, well, now that Gary lives in Germany, he's been speaking that more commonly. Either that, he knows primarily German and Hungarian, with English starting to slide out, but that's not really relevant. As long as you can say Stardust Dragon and stuff like that, I'm fine. Just say the Yu-Gi-Oh cards in English, we'll all be fine here, folks. But anyway, yeah. It's still surreal to me that they're, like, gonna crossovers like that, just because, like, if you had told me, like, freaking, I don't know, 5 years, we'll say 5 years ago, these two were gonna have a crossover, you'd be like, man, that'd be awesome to see, but it probably wouldn't happen in real life. No, it's gonna happen. Long-term storytelling. But yeah, the battle for the God continues this year, allegedly. We'll see. Fingers crossed. That's I'll keep it at fingers crossed. But yeah, here, check this out. Yeah, can your Quasar do anything about these are probably the 3 God cards he's got in his hand. Like, yo, you got any of these in your dimension? And either Gary will say no or yes, but they're not that important here. Like, you know, because you got the Archetype legendaries. Most likely he does his world would have the God cards, but they're just regular old trading cards. I'm not gonna say that they're gonna be mass produced, but that's just my theory anyway. My Yu-Gi-Oh theory. I missed Matt Pack. I imagine this is just a former shot. Like, okay, so this is reverse order. Espigo, what is it? So Smirko has the 3 cards here, and now he's picking 3 cards out of his deck. This is just a reverse shot. Like, here, take my 3 cards, and then you take a look at it. So yeah, that's what I think this is. And this is just a sunset because it's a cool shot. It's always good to have a sunset shot. And the dude, I imagine they duel at some point, probably. Because you can't do a crossover and not have them duel, right? I mean, either look, it has to go one of 2 ways. They duel each other, or they team up and fight some bigger bad guy, like Bonds Beyond Time style. What do we want to see from the 3 legendary duelists? Duel each other. What did we get instead? They all fight one big bad guy. And we were freaking satisfied. Although the name of the movie is called Gary vs. Smirko, so there's no way they're not dueling, right? You know, imagine that in the end it'll be like they'll end it in some no contest, and then some third Shadow Lord will come out and be like, "Oh, it's all as I planned. Now I can take you on." Maybe it'll be the freaking Phantom Invasion virus. Could be. Can't rule it out completely, right? Although 99% not likely. I imagine Smirko will win just because it's Smirko, but but Gary will give him a hell of a run for his money. That's the thing. Smirko may not lose any duels, but he can be brought really freaking close to the brink of defeat. And then he curves on some of the duelists, but you know, that's just Smirko's power level. He's tough to put. He's easy to put down, tough to keep down, if that makes sense. You can knock him down, he'll get back up. But the same holds true for Gary, you know? You can knock him down, he'll get back up. He's not invincible. Which makes him more relatable, of course, because no one's invincible, and not everyone's... Well, it depends. Anyway, this is a cool shot, but I can also imagine there were so many takes for freaking just... did nothing. You know, the old, back as a kid, no one's gonna get that. Well, some people might. But yeah, either way, it's a cool shot. I wonder how long this took. Get it right there, right there. Damn it, you were slightly to the left. Do it again. Apparently we're gonna go back in the room where the dual computer was at some point. Just because he's got a bunch of stuff in there. I imagine that's where he's making the portal so we can go to Gary's dimension. You even see Gary there, so I imagine he like walks onto him or gets some sort of sense about where he's from and just fire. They had a similar thing in GX when Zane dueled Johan or Jesse. So that might be something like that. It's so cool to me that they have this whole new environment. It's not an environment we've seen before, really. Like, of course it's another freaking field, but, you know, at least it's a different kind of field, right? It's not like freaking, it's just if this was a tokusatsu, this would be the same quarry, and you know that for a fact. And the fight would be epic and all that jazz. I'm not putting down the series, but you know it would be in a freaking quarry. It's a freaking quarry. It has rocks in it. Are they hurting the rocks? Sorry. But yeah, there's some graveyard thing here. Oh, that's just because Pot of Avarice is activated. So, you know, it's because they come from the grave. It's probably not thought any further than that. How rich is Smirko to have all this stuff? Well, he's from the future, so meh. Don't think about it. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh show. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, we have Synchro Pass Smirko versus Gary. Let's do this. A little late to say that, Gary. Also, apparently after this, Smirko's going to be changing the thumbnail for me. Well, just because, you know, he kept it hidden as to who it was, just to look out for me, apparently. And now that it would be more well known out there, now it's going to change it. Allegedly. And I think he could change his mind. It's ultimately his decision. But which was nice of Smirko, of course. But yeah, okay, so this is how I theorize the trailer is going to go, of course. We're going to open, and Smirko's going over the footage of, well, of course, we're going to have a recap of where we are so far. But first, we're going to open with the recap of Link Wars, what happened, all the important stuff, and have him be like, okay, this is all the data I've required. But I've noticed this one thing from this one duelist. He's going over everything, and he's also noticed the God cards are acting funny. And then he's like, I noticed something. These cards are acting funny, and there was also a card acting funny from this Quasar duelist. I wonder if he could help me. Well, there's only one real way to find out, isn't there? I'll just have to go to his dimension. And then I'll lock on to all my science doohickeys, and then go to that dimension, which will probably take about an hour, because... Look, I love your work, Smirko, but sometimes it's so slow. I'm not knocking, I'm just saying. Yeah, whatever. It may just... might be over doing that. I haven't done the frickin' Smirko breakdown for a while. I'm overthinking. I'm getting off topic. The point is... he'll go to Gary's dimension and be like, yo, you... Can you help me with these God card thingies? Well, or maybe this could also come after the duel, where they like earn their trust or something like that, or because Smirko, Gary could be like, "Are you a threat? Are you part of us? Are you a former shadow duelist? Let's duel and find out." We can't be too careful about each other, so let's go. Wait a minute. I just noticed something. Where is it? I had it. Where the frick? Well, they still got this Synchro Daisy thing, which links that it's Heritage, maybe. That's a really cool recreation from Heritage. Could be taking inspiration. I'm looking for the clip. Where's Formula Synchron? I need that as the landmine. I'm probably going too far. Okay.
Kräfte dieses Jungen zu entfesseln.
I don't see any blood sign, which means, well, actually it doesn't mean anything, because once the reboot was remade, every universe got rebooted, the blood signs were gone. So I chased a white whale, so to speak. There was no point in chasing that down. Oh well, I forgot. I'm an idiot. But yeah, the point is, they'll either not trust each other at first and they'll have a duel, or Gary will be, or maybe it'll be like, hey, can you help me with these 3 cards? Well, we actually need to get a certain amount of energy for that to happen. And you know what kind of energy it is. Card games. That's always the answer. Anytime there's a question, the answer is always card games. I gotta do my taxes, card games. Oh god, I wish it was that easy. But anyway, yeah, they'll duel. Smirko will most likely win 99.99999999999% sure. And some of those 9s were both German and English. But yeah, he'll win, and then they'll get the power, and either the god cards will be free, cleared back up of their damages, or maybe it'll be like, I'm sorry, I just couldn't do it, didn't have the power. But I did get this, Quasar did get the power magically to tell what the problem is, at least. So while I can't fix it, I can tell you what the problem is, if nothing else. And be like, okay, what is it? It's Shadow Lord magic. Shadow Lord magic? Well, I gotta go and look into the Shadow Lords for this one, which will lead into the next movie. Or actually, no. Shadow Lord magic? Well, there's only one MacGuffin thing that can clear Shadow Lord magic, and that's in a mysterious ghost ship, which will link into the next movie with Gungnir. Or Shadow Lord magic? There's only one person on my planet that knows about that. Gungnir. Or whatever it's going to be called for the movie. I forgot if it was mentioned already. But yeah, something along those lines to link into the next movie. But, so yeah. And then they'll be like, hey, it was nice meeting you. Yeah, you're a really good person. I like you. Let's hang out again sometimes. Sure, sounds good to me. And then they never will, because it's a filler episode thing. But no, that's a joke. Hopefully they do meet up again at some point. I'm not going to put all my eggs in one basket, but it'll probably be like for the finale, like how Link Wars was supposed to be the finale of the movie series universe and then wasn't. But, you know, it's its own Avengers Endgame thing. It's still a good movie. It's just time has passed and opinions. Whatever. Not bad. The point is, but yeah, they'll all be friends, and then we'll be like, hey, I'll see you again at some point, hopefully. And yeah, the movie will then go into credits, and yeah. So yeah, that's how I think that this movie Synchropath is I've taken this 1.5 minute long trailer and probably turned it into 15 minutes, give or take. And yeah, thank you for time you'll never get back. Remember, this breakdown was free, except for time, which is the only resource we can never get back. Wouldn't you know something about that, Smirko? So yeah. I also wonder if we'll get like other cameos too. Like I doubt we'll get like Corey or anyone like that. But I imagine they at least get like a mention maybe. That's an easy one. That's an easy one. I mean, we didn't get like Bensei or Beze when the RLDS crossover happened, but they at least got a mention if I'm not mistaken. Like Beze at least got like a line to be like, yo, Tomash, we noticed that there's some guy here. Should we send the troops? Nah, we're fine. Like, they didn't show up, but they gotta at least get like a passing line, correct? Yeah, that would make sense. If the freaking Shadow Lord can get a mention, we can at least be like, why don't I ask my friend Corey? No, this is between us. Or something. Or you like, yeah, your friends could help us in my big invasion thing, and yeah, to save the world. You know what I mean, the finale thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Synchro Path. I'm sure it'll be a great thing. Take your time, of course, as always, but given the fact of how these things look, either these were shot specifically for the trailer, or you've gone further along in development than we think. I'm hoping on the further along thing, but if some of these are probably were just so we have something for the trailer. It happens sometimes. But anyway, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Looking forward to this movie when it comes out. Again, don't rush yourself, but still. And I will see you all in the next episode. Verabschiedung, CS Dog. Goodbye!